There is nothing at all that I don't believe I can accomplish. I've had an innate confidence since I was a kid that told me that I was going to make it. That can be seen in so many different ways, but importantly, confident in my ability to take the risk that I've taken in this belief that it will work out. I will fail in certain instances, but a confidence that through the failure, I'm going to learn, I'm going to get better, I'm going to have an opportunity to do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Thunder Dave Harrington, and I am your host for the evening.
I grew up with my mom and dad as the only child, and that in itself taught me a lot of independence. There's been something in me since I was born, I was a little kid, to where I just had this willingness to go and do things that were uncharted for me or my family. I look back on some of those things, even as a kid, where it's like, well, how did I get into doing that? Just something about me that chose that path. I had a similar choice when I graduated from Florida State. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't have a job lined up. And I began wondering, what could I do that's different than what everyone else was doing? I wanted to live in a warm climate, and I wanted to do something different. So I chose Los Angeles. I got in the car, packed all of my things, and moved out. And that was a great decision because it's led to every other step along the way. I ended up working for a company on the brokerage side, and I got a glimpse inside of what commercial real estate brokerage was. Just before the very challenging commercial real estate environment, and for the rest of the world as well, the global financial crisis, the GFC.
It was the worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
It's so important to understand that as things got really terrible on the brokerage side, I was very fortunate to have found and been with my girlfriend, my now wife, Sonia, as we began to accelerate out of that. And I remember one deal in particular in 2010 that I actually took a lot of that money and bought a wedding ring, proposed to Sonia in September of 2010, and we got married in June of 2011. You know, I remember those moments of where it was all sort of coming together. I would say, from a relationship perspective in business, the other key and important ingredient that put me where I am today was really the one formed with Kyle Matthews. Kyle and I, we sat near each other in the office. That allowed us to create a relationship, a friendship. We were in the trenches, first one in, last one out, picking up the axe every day and chopping wood. And then before you know it, I took myself and some of the other folks that worked with me and joined up with Kyle. How did we go from one office in El Segundo in 2015 to 26 offices and 1,000 people in less than 10 years? Well, there are some answers for this. And it starts with culture. Listen, the fact is, there was this desire for greatness. There was more than just a desire, it was a need. It was a mandate. This notion that I cannot be average. And because I can't be average, then I have to commit to outperform everyone else around me. You've seen this mindset attract other individuals with a similar mindset. Culture is everything. Also, what's embedded in the culture is this notion that there's going to be a level of work ethic and accountability that will inspire greatness. We have a tagline, you know what it is? It's legends only. Why is it legends only? If you don't view yourself as an eventual legend in this business, you should not work for us. We've turned traditional brokerage on its head. And we've done so in a very specific way with the full knowledge and intention of disrupting the old archaic brokerage models that exist out there, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. As I've gotten older, I've actually, I don't know, maybe gotten a little wiser. I've certainly tuned into my own personal performance. I've been way more active over the last 2 years than I certainly was when I was deeper in my brokerage career. They don't call it broker bod for nothing. If you really want something, you find a way, and if you don't, you find an excuse. I tell myself that a lot because it's true. Whether it's business or personal, I've managed to make the time because I am not satisfied. And that's to say that I'm going to keep working to evolve myself, and that will never stop. Work keeps me extremely busy, and my commitment personally to my own fitness and wellness keeps me busy. But what keeps me busier are the 3 kids. Practices and games, that's my life. It's a lot of fun to watch as a parent. Every Monday meeting that I show up at, hey Dave, what'd you do? Well, let me tell you about the soccer matches I attended over the weekend. My life is chaotic, I suppose. I've had people ask me, hey, if you could go back and do something different, what would it be? My answer is not much. There is nothing at all that I don't believe I can accomplish. And so I'm going to have confidence that I will succeed, I'll win.